What's up? What's up with it? Y'all already know what it is. Another show. You know what to do when you come in the building. Make sure that you smash on my like button. You know it don't cost you nothing to hit the like button when you come in the building. And jump in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building. John Kramer off in the building. Salute. What's happening with it? Hmm.
Some clauses are quite standard with a fighter of that magnitude. Like we see it with AJ. It's just when you're Caleb Plant's a great fighter. When you talk about A sides and B sides, like this isn't one that was particularly close. So obviously, in life, in business, things favour the A side in a deal. So it's not for me to comment on. I'm sure Canelo's got his opinions on Caleb Plant's comments. Ultimately, it couldn't get.
Mike Ryan, what's happening with it?
Revisit that and try to make
Billy D, what's happening with it? What's going down with it? Welcome here. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, we get it in here.
Unfortunately, not now. Maybe later. But now,
Smooth Groove Boxing. What's happening with it? Off in the building.
But also at the same time, our next 3 shows in the US, which are pretty much ready to go, are all based around when that fight might happen or if that happens on the zone, etc. So everybody.
The expert genius, what's good with it? Chain with Ice, what's happening with it? What's good? Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about. Macadocious back of the South, what's happening with it? Jay Chestnut say y'all pound for pound king out here acting like a diva. We gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? One thing about me is I keep it all the way 100 all the time, straight down the middle. So, you know, ain't nobody safe with me. Ain't nobody safe with me. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Give me 1 second. Let me send this invite out. Man, Jack 5, what's happening with it? Sheena, what's going on with it, Queen? The fam, Chris Mitchell in the building. What's happening with it, fam? He says, y'all smash the like button. Yeah, y'all got to smash the like button. Um, yes, sir. You know, get my brother Batman in the building. Crush the Legend. What's happening with it? Salute. Batman, I dropped the link already. I sent you the link to your email. Yeah, we gonna cook today. We gonna get into it. Xavier Moses, what's happening with it? You know, this weekend I was kind of looking forward to seeing Conor Ben back in the ring. Looked like he got COVID. Batman, what's happening with it?
Hey, what's up, P?
Oh man, you already know, man. Same shit, different day, man. Same shit, different day. Uh, yes, sir. Man, you heard Conor Ben got COVID, so he ain't fighting Adrian Granados this weekend.
So we ain't got nothing this weekend.
I mean, I think they got some fights on PBC. I think it's like Michael Coffey, and I don't know, not really, bro. I don't ain't really no fights really happening.
Michael Coffey.
Browser, you don't know what the hell you talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just talking. You just coming in here, jumping in the comment section. You just talking. You don't have no idea what you even talking about. You know, so man, a lot of shit going on, a lot of things going on, man. You know what? I'm gonna start it off different. You know, I'm gonna start it off because I mean, pretty much everybody know now, right? Everybody knows that Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez is officially off. It's not happening, right? So this is how I'm gonna start this show off before me and Batman get to cooking. You know, this is how I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna drop the number, right? The call-in number. I'm gonna drop the call-in number, and I want to hear from some of y'all. You know what y'all think about. You know Canelo Alvarez now. He's not gonna fight Caleb Plant. He's gonna go, and it looks like that him and Dmitry Bivol is gonna fight. So I want to know what y'all think about that fight, and then you know I want to know what y'all think about the whole ordeal with Caleb Plant and Canelo being called off. Uh, don't be long-winded when you call in, but I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. So I'm gonna put the number up now. Open up the phone lines, and so the phone lines is now opened up, and y'all can call in. Y'all free to call in and let me know how y'all feel about this. Leon Robinson, what's happening with it in the building? Ari in the building. He says Canelo a joke for another joke. Bivol nowhere near him. Yeah, man. We gonna talk about it, man. I'm gonna get into it. Like I said, one thing that y'all can always count on me to do is keep it real. It don't matter if I'm a fan of you or not. Vanilla Friday shit says should be Demetrius Andrade. Man. Xavier Moses says Canelo being Canelo, shaking my head. So, like I said, the number's on. Y'all call in and let me know what y'all think about this. How you feeling, Batman?
Oh man, I'm cool, man. I see the shit going on, man. I mean, look, man. Caleb, man, gave up everything, man. Canelo wasn't trying to give up nothing. Then they just jumped straight to Bivol. I think this is what they wanted to do from the jump.
Yeah, man. It looks like they already said they had been talking to Bivol. Bivol was already ready. So man, it's kind of like, we see what it is. But like I said, I would like to, get the opinion of the caller before I really start going in on this situation, man.
Yeah, man.
The callers before I really get in on this.
It seems like Eddie Hearn had a plot in this, man, because Bivol is a zone fighter.
Yeah, he's the zone fighter, bro. Baltimore Murderland says salute to the chat and the channel. Be more checking in. What's happening with it? Miami Kid J, what's good with it? He said Canelo greedy. Macadocious Mac of the South says I think they need to put Canelo, Plant, Charlo, Benavidez, and Andrade all in a tournament and let them go at it and see who really the best. Yeah, that's wishful thinking because that ain't happening. Here we got a call in. Hold on. Caller, what's happening? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's good, Key? Man, it's Leon Roberts. I'm out here in the Bay right now.
What's happening with it, Leon?
Man, what's good with it, Batman?
Hey, what's up, Leon, man?
Man, I'm good. I ain't never done this before, but I had to call in this time. Check.
No doubt.
Man, y'all know how I get that. I've been saying this the whole time. I never thought that he was gonna fight Caleb Plant, even when everybody's talking all that shit on Caleb about he can't do this.
Hold on, Leon. Hold on. Batman, you gotta turn your background off.
Oh, my background.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Leon, go ahead and say what you're saying. My bad.
No doubt. So when everybody was saying that, Caleb can't do this and Caleb ain't done this and, he went the distance with Caleb Truax and all that shit, I've never lost sight of the fact that with Canelo, yeah, he's a great fighter, but you got to look at the things that he don't like to fight. He don't like that speed. He don't like that movement. He don't like that athleticism. If you got a jab to go along with that, you got you some stamina and some durability. If you got any 4 or 5 of those, he's not trying to fight you. And so this whole time, the reason I say that is, think about it. He's down there at 160. He got 3 belts, and all he got to do is take on Andrade. That's it. And he said, no, he didn't want to fight him. At the time, he was all like, man, what's going on? Why would he want to fight this guy? Let it slide. Ran from Charlo. Okay. He took on this, he took on that, he took on this, he took on that. Then he moved from that division. Everybody will say, like, he don't like black fighters. That's a lazy way to put it. Yeah, the things that he seems to be evading is most predominantly found in black fighters. But there are white fighters that do that as well. Derek Chico does some of that stuff. And he accepted getting stripped not to fight that guy as well. And we got one right here in Caleb Plant. So you mean to tell me that he don't want to fight Charlo, he don't want to fight Andrade, but he want to go up to 168, and he want to fight Caleb Plant, but he don't want to fight them too? So I was kind of skeptical. And now here it comes to pass now. Bivol had called him out a couple years ago. I'll be a Huckleberry. He didn't say nothing back to him. I'll tell you what I think is going on, and I'm going to get off this thing so somebody else can jump in here. Because I think Batman kind of stole my thunder. That's why I jumped on the phone real quick. So I think that he was using this whole situation to burn a little bit of time. He about to go in there and fight Bivol, then he going to take him a little rest because he been fighting. 3 fights in, a year, right?
Right.
He can wait a good 6 months. He going to jump into a Beterbiev because there's no better time to get him. You don't want to fight Beterbiev after somebody else beat him. So you want to get him right now while he's undefeated. But he's already pushing 37. If you get that boy in a year, he'll be almost 38 years old. You're going to beat that guy, and then everybody's going to forget that you evaded Plant, evaded Charlo, and evaded Dmitry. I ain't calling no grown man boo-boo, I swear. Sorry. But you feel me? That's my whole thing.
Yeah, man. I feel what you're saying, man. You got some good valid points, man. I appreciate you for calling in. You already know. All right, bet. Cassandra Mason in the building. What's going on, Cassandra? You see. Yeah. So next caller, like I said, the phone lines is open. I want to know what y'all, got to say about this whole situation that's going on and what y'all think about the Dmitry Bivol and Canelo Alvarez fight. Man.
I just looked at Dmitry Bivol all this morning, right?
Me too. That's why I really want to, that's why I'm wait before I start cooking. I went back and I studied Dmitry Bivol. I watched his last 3 fights. And so before I get to cooking, like I said, I want to hear, the people's.
All right, cool. We're going to save it. All right, we'll save it.
Yeah, breakdown and everything on this situation, man. The expert genius says if Canelo trying to fight him, why not fight the best at 175? Bro, he talking about somebody else. He talking to somebody else.
Bumpy Thompson. What's up, babe?
Yeah, what's happening with it? Bumpy Thompson off in the building. What's good? Yeah, man. J.A. Dixon, what's happening with it?
Yeah, what's up, J.A.? Cassandra Mason. I see my baby.
J.A. Dixon says if he fights beat, well, he ain't fighting Plant. He says this will be the first time Canelo has fought more than 2 times a year since 2011. Stop giving Canelo extra credit. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea.
Nah, he's saying y'all say he fight 3 times a year. He saying this is the first time since But you said he only fight twice for real. Let me go back and look at
Actually,
it.
he fought. I think last year he fought 3 times.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know where that came from because we wouldn't even talking about that.
Nah, what's calm said it. Leon Robinson said it.
Okay. Uh, oh man. So Bumpy Thompson said he don't think that Bivol or Bitter Beef is a walkover. Okay.
They're not walkovers,
They ain't walkovers.
but the only thing they possesses is strength. I mean Demetrius Bivol possesses strength. I mean, we gonna cook on that later, but I'm just I'm just wait till later on to talk about that.
Yeah, man. Man, so Batman, you was right, dog. You was right because I remember me and you, right? I mean, I've been taking up for Canelo. I didn't argue with you. I didn't have knockdown, drag out debates with you, Batman, and a lot of other people, right? Went back and forth with a lot of people. Because to me, I feel a lot of it is Canelo Alvarez hate. A lot of people just got certain hatred for Canelo Alvarez for whatever reason they have. But a lot of the things that people say are valid at the same time. So listen
to this though, Keith.
Hold on real quick, Batman. One thing that you said, Batman, is that because I was telling you, I said, you got to give Canelo credit. I said, I don't give a fuck what nobody was talking about, what he been doing. I said, he fighting Caleb Plant. I said, to me, that's a solid ass fight. I said, so you got to give Canelo credit if he goes in the ring and fight Caleb Plant. I said, because Caleb Plant has a style that is going to be very difficult for Canelo Alvarez, and Caleb Plant is not going to lay down for him at all, right? So I told you, Batman, I said, you're going to have to give him credit or whatever. And one thing you said to me, right, Batman, you said, yeah, you said, I give him credit. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with him, but it is what it is. But I ain't going to give, you said, I'm not going to have to give him credit because he's not going to fight Caleb Plant. I said, well, he said he's going to fight Caleb Plant. That's the fight that they're working on. You said he's not going to fight Caleb Plant. You said, so I ain't going to have to give him credit for shit because he ain't fighting Caleb Plant. So I do got to tell you that, you was actually right. You said he wasn't going to fight Caleb Plant, and you was right.
But y'all put it on Al Heyman and them. It's him. He threw so much shit in that fucking WitchCom that you can't agree to all that shit. All that shit Caleb Plant said he wanted. I wouldn't even agree. I don't give a fuck how much money I'm gonna make. I'm not agreeing to all that man's demands. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, so I mean, we heard what was going down. Like, first, he wanted this, he wanted that, he wanted this, he wanted that. And Caleb Plant was like, hey, I agreed to everything. We agreed to everything. You know what I'm saying? We even waited for him to get done with a golf tournament. We waited for him to get done with this and that. We sat around, we waited, and then we agreed to everything that Canelo Alvarez wanted, right? But Caleb Plant not only said that, he said, look, if anybody got anything to say, I got the contract and I'll put the contract out there and show y'all. I'm not bullshit. So I cold-heartedly believe Canelo Plant. It ain't no reason for him to lie about the things that he's saying that Canelo Alvarez was demanding. And also, right, Canelo Alvarez has a history. This is not just something that all of a sudden came up and, you know what I'm saying, with Caleb Plant. If you follow Canelo and you know his history, right, you know his background, almost every fight, like most of the big fights that he's been in, it's been some type of argument about things that he's trying to put in contracts, whether it's a dehydration clause, whether he's trying to fight at a certain weight that don't know what, you know what I'm saying, that people don't fight at, whether he's trying to it's all type of advantages that fighters that fight Canelo Alvarez always complain about him doing. All the way to, you know, that he just waits to the last minute to give him time to train, right? So it's a lot of things, right? Although Canelo is great, this is a history, right? It's a history. Anybody that want to say it's not, you'll flat out lie. This is a history.
Y'all know the bitchest shit Canelo ever did was the
What's that?
dehydration clause against Danny
Yeah, well,
Jacobs.
yeah, he did a dehydration clause with Danny Jacobs, right? Breaking news: Canelo Alvarez not asking Dmitry Bivol to come up to 160. He said now asking Dmitry Bivol to come up to 168 catchweight. Don't surprise me, Blue. It's funny that Blue dropped that in the comment right when I was talking about the crazy demands that he always have, right? Now, and salute to Blue Blood Sports TV. Salute to my brother Blue.
What's
And
up, Blue?
I don't gotta tell y'all to subscribe to Blue because Blue, man, he the king of this shit right here. You know, so we already know that y'all sub to Blue. If you ain't sub to Blue, I don't know what's wrong with you. But yeah, so man, so we know that Canelo Alvarez has a history of doing these things, right? It's just what it is. You know, catch weights, everything else, right? Everything, right? So, you can't, anybody that's saying that Caleb Plant is telling lies, Caleb Plant is ducking, it's no reason for Caleb Plant to lie. Caleb Plant has never gave you, nothing to say that he's a liar. He's never done anything for you to say that he's a liar. We know that Caleb Plant is a straight up and down type of dude.
But
Now,
you know what I don't like, you?
what's that?
I don't like a lot of people, especially Money. See, I ain't gonna keep on Money and other people saying this is his Caleb Plant. This is the most money he gonna make. Dog, you just can't stand on Money, dog.
Yeah, you can't because it that type of shit, that shit makes me sick too because it's like, oh, money, money, money. You acting like this man ain't a fucking professional too.
Yeah,
You acting like this man ain't boxed his whole fucking life. You acting like this ain't his career too. You acting like that this man don't care about his legacy, right? Money is not going to help me prepare for you correctly. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the same, if I think that I'm the best, I'm on the same level that you are. So you're not going to fucking get me to sell my career off for money. It's just plain and simple, right? So back to what I was saying though, Batman. So we know that Caleb Plant said that he came out with all type of demands, right? So I'm gonna read it again for the ones that need to catch up. Caleb Plant says that Canelo was offered the highest guaranteed of his career. Check mark, right? You want money, then you getting it. He was set to make $40 million plus Mexican TV rights and his Hennessy sponsorship. No problem. Let's fight. We gave it to him. He says, then they wanted upside of the gate of pay-per-view revenue. We said, no problem. Let's rumble. He said it was always agreed that it was a title unification, no rematch for either fighter. Towards the end of the negotiations, Canelo and his team, they asked for a rematch when they lose. No problem. You can have the rematch as well. I just want to fight. Then after that, Canelo, right, at the end of the negotiations, when it looked like that everything was agreed to, it says that they came back and tried to add, well, if we get sick or hurt, you can't take another fight and you have to wait for us, right? You got to wait for us if we get sick or hurt. But if you get sick or you get hurt, we get to take another fight and we have to get the same pay that we was getting when we fighting you. So what that sounded like is yeah, I'll still fight on PBC, but y'all got to pay us the same pay. Well, it's not the same fighter. So that was like, okay, how can we agree to some shit like that? And then why would you want me to agree to if you get sick or you get hurt, I gotta wait around for you, and I can't wait, and I can't go and take no other fight. So essentially, I gotta sit on the shelf for a year or more because he ain't fought since January. So essentially, I gotta sit on the shelf for a year or more and wait for you, and I can't move. But you get to, but if I get sick or hurt, you get to do whatever you want to do, and you're gonna make the same. You're demanding to make the same amount of money that you was gonna make if you fought me. So at that point, right, it's like, hold on, man. Keelan Powell, what's happening with it, man? Give me 1 second, man, and I'm gonna let you cook. Let me finish what I was saying real quick. So at that point, right, it's like, damn, are they trying to throw things in the contract? Like, well, y'all agreed to this. Okay, well, we got this. Was they trying to work their way out of the contract because they didn't really want to do business with PBC? I don't know, but it makes you think. But then you hear that, okay, well, they came back and they said that PBC, or rumors, I never heard it from them, but rumors was coming out saying that PBC came back with a 3-fight contract. That didn't make sense to me, because if you offer them a 1-fight contract after them already turning down a 3-fight contract, why would they come back again with a 3-fight contract? So I don't know about that, but man, let everybody know where you calling from and your name.
Can you hear me, Keon?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, this Casey. What's up, man? Canelo Alvarez, man. Canelo Alvarez is a supremacist. That's what he operates like. He signed a contract with the guy. He got 1,000 amendments to the contract. He changes the deal in the middle of the deal. He's the guy with the knife behind his back, and he signs the paperwork with his other hand. That's what Canelo Alvarez does. So I tell people, like, real, and this is another thing too, bro. Like, we got all these black fighters that show up to his fight. Hey, I'm gonna see you real. This is me. I'm gonna say, so I can say what I was gonna say as far as the fighters that I support and I'll pay for.
Right.
If I see any of my favorite fighters flying out to a fighter's fight that operates like a supremacist, that means they support that. So I can't support them. You see what I'm saying? So, like,
I ain't gonna call Canelo no supremacist, but you know. Yeah.
I'm saying this. If you're gonna take the money that I'm giving you and then give it to them, after I just supported you, and then you see how he's gonna screw y'all over if y'all sign a contract with you, then what the hell is that going on? See, I don't have time to play them type of game, because we don't see Mike Garcia just showing up to Earl Spence fight, Deontay Wilder fight. I don't see. I'm just being honest, bro. But I see these dudes flying it out to this dude's fight in the middle of the pandemic. He's the greatest fighter in the world. That someone tell it. But this fighter can't get a fight with the guy. And if their brother got to fight the guy, he probably make him weigh 150 pounds in order to get the fight.
Right.
But these brothers are flying all over the place, spending their money with this dude, and spending their money on him. Canelo Alvarez is loyal to his people. For some reason, our fighters, they got it upside down. They love to ground the guy one from. They probably believe Caleb Plant is wrong for not giving him $100 million to make the fight. That's how crazy this shit is. So the dude got so much leverage because they give him all their power. And they all chase him instead of building themselves and continue to build themselves and just ignoring the guy. The guy's fought a week schedule for the last 5 fights. Nobody can say that, man, I couldn't wait to see that fight that Canelo just had. What's the last time you said that, yeah, when Canelo was fighting, you said, damn, I want to see this matchup. What's the last fight you had that you said that?
The Triple G fights, number 1 and 2.
That's not 6 fights ago.
Danny Jacobs too. I'll say Danny Jacobs.
Okay.
Danny Jacobs.
Okay, Danny Jacobs.
And I was I did want to see him and Kovalev fight. I ain't gonna say that I didn't want to see Kovalev, but we know that Kovalev only had 4 weeks to train.
Yeah, 4 weeks to train. So they telling us that they got an opponent already.
because they really didn't want the Plant fight. They just used it as a stunt. And now they're going to pick Bivol and run him out there. This is the crazy part. If they don't support that, go ahead. But I don't support it, so I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to see no damn Bivol fight. We like people are going hard on Terrence Crawford for his opponent selection, right? And we're watching this dude pick the people he's picking right now, and he is the kingpin. He can pick whoever the hell he wants. He's going to make $40 million. But this is the people he's picking, and I'm supposed to be cool with that because he used to fight good competition. Nah, I'm cool.
All right.
I'm cool. I decline to pay for it. Somebody else can, but not me.
Right. Well, shit, KP, man, I appreciate you. Man. For sure. Already. Salute to you. All right, bet. Yeah, I mean, he got some good points. I wouldn't call Canelo no supremacist because, Canelo ain't, he not no racist. And to me, he don't duck no black fighters because he's fought plenty of black fighters. But I'm not finna go that route. But, I mean, like I said, hey, Batman, you got to turn your background down.
I ain't got nothing on.
It's echoing. Oh, okay. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, I got my whole take on this whole situation. But Canelo, he has a history of doing things like this, right? It's always something, especially when it's another fighter that a lot of people don't know shit about boxing. A lot of y'all just don't. That's just plain and simple. A lot of y'all, he gonna go through there and he gonna walk right through Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant's a bum. If you think that, you don't know shit about boxing. But so he has a history of doing this when it's another opponent to where you like, okay, this could be a hell of a tough fight for Canelo. Then it's all type of, well, they want to do this in the contract. They want to put this in the contract clause. They want to do this and they want to do that. But to me, that last stipulation that they try to put in the contract, it's like, bro, how are you gonna tell a man that he got to put his whole career on hold, but you don't got to do the same thing? If you know what I'm saying, you don't have to do the same thing if he gets hurt.
I ain't you telling the network that they gotta pay you the same money that you got to get paid.
Right. And then telling the network that you got, it's like it's certain things that that they're not going to agree to. So it sounds like to me, it's like, okay, well, they agreed to all of that. Damn. We didn't think they was going to agree to all of that. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, right? You can leave, y'all can leave up out of here right now if you think I'm gonna be on some fake ass shit. Right? You can go watch somebody else for that shit. I'm gonna tell it straight down the middle. I am a fan of Canelo. I'm a big fan of Canelo. But when it comes to that bullshit, I don't condone it, and I don't care who it is. I don't care what fighter it is. So if you watching this just because you want me to say some shit that you want me to say, you can go ahead and leave out right now because this ain't the type of show you're gonna get over here. So anyway, Batman, like I was saying, when I heard that, right? When I heard that, I'm like, damn, this sounds like Eddie Hearn has something to do with this. Because now, right, it comes up that he's fighting Bivol. Bivol is probably the number one fighter. And it's like, well, Bivol is a DAZN fighter. I just got done watching an interview with Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn, what he said is he tried to say like, oh, well, I am Canelo Alvarez promoter. I do work hand in hand with Canelo, but I didn't want to, I didn't want to make it look like I was blocking Canelo, so I agreed to back off of the negotiations for this fight with the PBC because I didn't want anything to go wrong. But I am Canelo's promoter, and I will be working with him from now forward. And hopefully we can get to Caleb Plant maybe on DAZN, later on. Bro, that's what it was. They didn't want to do no business with PBC, period.
But listen to this, though. Why you go to DAZN, you going to get what? At least 50? But fucking with the PBC, you just turned down $100 million?
Right. He don't want to do business with PBC. That's what it is, bro. He works hand in hand with Eddie Hearn, and they're not doing business. All the fighters that Eddie Hearn has talked about that he sent contracts to, right? When he talked about Jamal Charlo, he said he sent Jamal Charlo a contract. We know that he offered Jamal Charlo a contract, but it was to go on DAZN.
But he never sent the contract. Jamal said
I said
never
he
sent it.
offered him one.
Yeah,
verbally.
he offered
Yeah,
the
he
fight.
verbally offered him one, but it was to go to DAZN, right? And everybody else that he's offered that was a PBC fighter, it was to go to DAZN, right? So, I mean, it's clearly a conflict of interest for him to let Canelo go over there, even though Canelo is supposed to be a free agent. But Eddie Hearn was doing most of all the talking. But now Eddie Hearn want to make it look like, oh, well, I will be promoting him, and I am promoting him. But for this fight, we all agreed that I would step aside. Come on, bro. Does that sound like something that promoters do?
But you gotta look at it like this. I knew something was up when he even mentioned Bivol and Bivol. I mean, you talking about undisputed now. You talking about going up to fight at 175. Why you even doing that?
Where do you drink more water? What's happening with it? How do you go from I want to be undisputed because if y'all go back, and I'll pull it up too, when they asked him a few months ago about him going to 175 and fighting Bivol and Bitterbeef, he said no, he would. He said he wasn't looking to go back up to 175 no time soon, dog. He said he was not looking to go to 175 no time soon. He said his whole focus was to stay at 168 and to dominate 168. And he says that he was looking to stay at 168 for a long while. That's what he said. So I don't know what all of a sudden changed to where now I want to go back up to 170 or 175. He said that.
Most definitely.
So, it's crazy. He said that. Now, it's just, man, it's an unfortunate situation. None of us know exactly what really happened, right? But when I hear the both sides, right? When I hear the both sides, and then I have a man, just like in the Tyson Fury situation, right? Everybody was acting like Tyson Fury had no possible way that he could have cheated, right? That's what all his fans were saying. Oh, it's no possible way. But when you go back into history, it shows you he cheated, he did, you know what I'm saying? It shows you that he had a history of doing things, cheating in different type of way, whether it was taking PEDs, whether it was cheating in sparring, whether it was detaching the thumb from his glove so he can thumb you in the eye, everything. Tyson Fury had a history of cheating. So to me, it was like, you got to be fucking ignorant to say that it was impossible for him to cheat. It's the same thing with Canelo. Canelo has a history of having crazy demands in contracts, right? Crazy demands at last minute, whether it's rehydration clauses, whether it's crazy catch weights, money, all type of things, right? So it's history.
Key, can I say something to the dude, Flu Dog 13?
What's that? Yeah.
Look, Flu Dog, how he not losing? On one fight, he'll get $100 million on one fight with PBC. With DAZN, he ain't getting nothing but the gate and his upfront money. So that's probably like 50, 60. So you missing out. How is he not missing out? In one fight, he missing out. You talking about down the line of DAZN. Yeah, he gonna have to fight more to make more money.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. that this fight that he's gonna have with Dmitry Bivol is not gonna make near the type of money that he's gonna make with Caleb Plant. Now, what I was saying is he has a history of these things. So anybody that come in here that's on their channel saying, "Oh, this is just it was Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant's a liar." How you gonna say that? So is everybody in Canelo's whole career they was lying on him? You tell me he don't have a history of doing things like that? Come on, let's just be realistic. So when you read what Caleb Plant had to say about the whole situation, right? He broke it down for y'all, plain and simple, told y'all every demand that he wanted, everything they agreed to. So you gotta believe Caleb Plant. Now, we still haven't really heard from Canelo's people.
You ain't gonna hear from.
We still haven't heard from Canelo's people, right? Because we heard from his fans and stuff that, oh, well, it was PBC because they tried to put a 3-fight contract in the deal. Well, that wouldn't make sense because if I'm Al Heyman and I've already negotiated the whole contract, right? First, we tried to offer you a 3-fight contract. You turned it down. You said, nope, you don't want it. You know, so we came back with another contract and we offered you everything you wanted. You added more demands in. We said, okay, you will do that. You added more demands in. We said, okay, we'll do that. And we broke it down all the way to 1 fight, right? 1 fight. The reports came out that it was just a few more details that needed to be ironed out, and the fight was pretty much done, signed, sealed, and delivered, right? Do you think that they're going to come with a whole nother contract with a whole 3-fight plan? I don't believe that. After we already got turned down and we wrote up another contract with all your demands and took the 3 fights out and just giving you 1 fight, why would we, after doing all of this, come back with a 3-fight deal for you when you already made it clear that you wasn't gonna sign no 3-fight contract with us? Like, that would be ignorant. If you already told me adamant that you're not doing it, why would I go back at the end and try to get you to do it when you just told me that you weren't gonna do it? So I don't believe that. I don't believe that shit. And I just don't. And for people saying that Canelo's ducking, I don't think that Canelo's ducking Caleb Plant. I don't think he's afraid of Caleb Plant. I think that they don't want to do business with PBC. I think that if Caleb Plant and PBC were willing to go and over on the zone, I think it wouldn't have been no problem. I think they would have fucking broke their neck to make this fight if they could have got Caleb Plant on the zone, where the judges was in their hand and everything was, you know, they was on their platform. It's almost impossible to see Canelo Alvarez face a fighter like Caleb Plant on another platform like PBC. Like I said, it was crazy. I don't think he's ducking, no. I don't think that he's afraid of Caleb Plant. But I don't believe that shit that they, you know, like what Caleb Plant said, it make a lot of sense, man. It make a lot of sense. And like I said, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to Canelo Alvarez's team, right? And Eddie Hearn in the network that he fights on. They didn't want to go over to the PBC platform and do business over there. Eddie Hearn, that's a conflict of interest for Eddie Hearn. And everything. Really, that's what I feel that happened. Is they at the end when they seen that PBC was really, really like, you know, we gonna make it happen. And we gonna make sure that we make it happen on PBC pay-per-view. You know, and we're gonna give you more money than you was asking for. We're gonna give you everything you was asking for on top of that, but you just gotta do it on PBC. I think that they couldn't turn it down. They couldn't just flat out say no. Because it's like, damn, we giving you all this. And if it's money, you said you was a free agent, right? You said you was a free agent. You can fight wherever you want. So if it's money, you gonna get it. They couldn't turn all of that down. So I think at the end, when they seen right that they couldn't call PBC's bluff, they kept demanding shit. Now it's like, okay, we're gonna demand shit to where we can get out of the contract. We're gonna demand shit to where we know that you're not gonna agree to it, so we don't have to sign the contract. I mean, right? So it's like, okay, well, we're gonna throw this in there. They ain't gonna accept this. Damn, they accepted this. We're gonna throw this in there. We know they ain't gonna accept this. Then they accept it, and then it's like, okay, we know they're not gonna accept this. So it's right. That last stipulation, that's where you draw the line. I'm not gonna put my fighter's career on hold to wait for you if some shit happened, or if you decide that, okay, I want to fake an injury or I got COVID, anything could happen, right? And I'm not saying that Canelo would do some shit like that, but I'm just saying anything would happen. I'm not going to put my fighter career on the line and have him wait for you. I'm just not going to do that, period. So it just seems like, you know, at some point in time, they started coming with stipulations to basically get out of the fight. That's what it looked like to me. And I'm gonna let Batman cook, and then first I'm gonna read some of y'all comments, and then we gonna get into, you know, what we think about this fight. Baltimore Murderland says, right now, other than Canelo, what other top boxers, top 10 pound for pound or top 5 that got busted tested positive to clean or any other P? Oh, he talking to somebody else. B-Dog said they probably wanted Plant to take a dive. I ain't gonna say all of that, but Plant wasn't gonna go in there and just fold. Drink More Water says, you get offered everything you ask for and don't take it, you're ducking. Big Money Texas Toledo, what's happening with it? Let me see. King, let me see. Y'all got conversation going on with each other. Let me see. Uppercut Boxing Nation, what's happening? He says, could the American fans start losing interest in Canelo if he keeps trying to throw his weight around when it comes to making a fight with another American fighter? Yeah, with an American fighter. Man, I don't know, dog. Man, I don't know. This shit really put a sour taste in my mouth. I'll let you know that. J.A. Dixon says, I don't believe anybody screaming that free agent shit or who aligns with Eddie the snake is all. He says it's always some BS when it comes to a good scrap being made. It is. He said anytime they align themselves with Eddie Hearn, it's always some shit like this that happens when it's a real good fight or a big fight. It's true. That's a fact, J.A. Dixon. I said that yesterday.
Man, Floyd told all y'all. Man, that's how everybody rocking. They want the big fights on their platform.
Boxing Brown on Boxing says Fox PBC offered 40 mil, 100% Mexican TV and everything else, but he ran from it. He says walks like, smells like, and quacks like it's a duck. Like I said, man, I'm not gonna call him a duck, but I just take it. I look at it from the business side that they didn't want to do business with the PBC.
So it's a duck.
Like who could really, if you really stop and think, right? If you really stop and think about this whole situation, who can honestly, right, stop and really think about the situation and see Canelo Alvarez walk into a ring on the PBC platform? That's almost impossible for me to see. Endo64 says, anyone who defended Plant, just let me know who Plant gonna fight next. Fuck you talking about?
It doesn't matter who he fighting next.
You don't even make sense because this don't have nothing to do with Plant ducking no fight. I mean, obviously.
What you want him to take something that you wouldn't take? I'm just saying, these dudes be killing me. If you was in Caleb Plant's shoes, you wouldn't even sign that shit.
Hell no.
Come on.
Loyal to the game, Boxing Talk. My man Chrome East, what's happening with it? Make sure that y'all go sub to my man. Make sure that y'all go sub to Loyal to the Game, Boxing Talk on YouTube. My man Kwame, he probably gonna be cooking about this situation tonight.
Kwame, what's up, baby?
let me take this call. Caller, what's happening with it? State your name and where you calling from. Hello? Okay, never mind.
Man, like I said though, man, it's fishy. Caleb Plant is the only one came out to let the fans know what the fuck was going on. Now, Canelo or his team don't come and say nothing. They just move on talking about another fight. It's fishy.
Look at this shit. Read this. I'm put this up for y'all. Can y'all see that? Wait, hold on. Read that.
Spoke to Bivol manager.
It says, just spoke to Bivol manager. He says, who told me Bivol can be ready to fight Canelo Alvarez September 18th, right? But needs to know if cutting to 168 sooner rather than later. So is Bivol and his team lying too? Right. Come on. I need y'all in the comments right now, right? Because we just got done breaking it down, right? Is Bivol and his team telling lies on Canelo Alvarez too? Since Caleb Plant was making excuses to duck, right? Since y'all saying that Caleb Plant is making excuses to duck, now the news has come out that Canelo Alvarez wants Dmitry Bivol to cut down to 168 pounds, right? He wants Bivol to come to his weight class to 168. Now, what did I just say earlier, right? If y'all listen to what I say, right? What did I say earlier, Batman? I said Canelo said he not going to 175 no time soon. And I bet Canelo said that he not moving from 168. Didn't I say that earlier?
Yeah, you said that, but I bet you they put a dehydration clause in there and he can't go over 185 or 180. I bet.
So now they're trying to get Dmitry Bivol, who said, yeah, I'll take the fight. I don't care what you offer me. I'm going to take the fight, right? They trying to get him to agree to fight at 168. Now, Bivol and his team are saying they need to know if Canelo is really down to fight him, right? Really want to fight him because they need to have time to know if they're going to be able to make 168 pounds to cut down to 168. But y'all was just in here when I broke it down. Y'all was just in here. Plant ducking, plant this, plant that. So I need answers. When I told you that Canelo Alvarez has a history of making these crazy demands.
And those 64. I mean, he about to fight Bivol, but at a catch weight. He not going to really fight Bivol. I mean, y'all crazy, man. Hey, y'all Canelo fans crazy, man.
I want to know.
Hey,
that's crazy. But so
Canelo is the only boxer that try to have advantages over every fight he fucking fight. Every fighter he fight, and he the A side, he try to have these crazy advantages, man.
So let me ask you something, right? Let me see. Victor, right? Victor, he says, man, y'all don't know the situation. Okay, I would like you to explain the situation to me, please, and thank you. Explain the situation to me, Victor, since we don't know the situation, and obviously you do. So explain the situation to me. Because can't nobody on here come on here saying that, oh, I'm just hating on Canelo and I'm a Canelo hater. Because if you watch me, everybody know that I done had knockdown, drag out debates with Batman and everybody else defending Canelo Alvarez. I done went on different platforms defending Canelo Alvarez. Batman, am I lying?
Most definitely. Your money tried to jump me one day, man.
hey, but you know, this some bullshit. So This is some pure bullshit.
Man, I told y'all who he was, man. Look, man, I told y'all. I'm gonna get to that when we get to breaking down the Bivol fight. I'm gonna get to that, but I told y'all who he is, dog. I told y'all, dog. I mean,
so, yeah, you did. So, Bogey 708 says so far we only heard Plant's story. Well, I mean, whose fault is that?
Whose fault is that?
Yeah, whose fault is that? And then on top of that, you can't say Plant's story is not valid because now you got Dmitry Bivol coming out saying that Canelo Alvarez is already demanding, you know what I'm saying, some bullshit for they fight, if they're going to fight. So if you want to fight at 168 so bad, well, we know, and see, a lot of people is going to say this, right? Well, if he wants to fight at 168 so bad, why doesn't he just fight David Benavidez? David Benavidez is already in training camp because he got a fight coming up. It's easy for David Benavidez to pull out and they could make a huge mega fight. But you know why?
Well,
you know why that won't happen? Because David Benavidez is on PBC. They don't want to do business with the PBC platform. It's obvious.
Man, and then niggas keep talking about Caleb. Caleb Plant want this because you know why Caleb Plant want this? I'm gonna tell you why Caleb Plant want this fight. He can be a star. You want to know why he can be a star? Because his skin complexion. If he go out there and beat Canelo Alvarez, you know he's going to be the biggest star in boxing. Because all the motherfuckers that don't know him now and all the white people is going to fuck they his. When they find out they got a white boy that can fight like that, man, he's going to be the biggest star in boxing. Come on, man. So don't tell me he don't want this fight, dog. Because that's why he's giving Canelo all the fucking advantages he wants. Go ahead. Because I know if I beat you, people that don't know me, I'm going to be known because of you. All the white celebrities, all that, they is gonna come my way once I be champion and beating Canelo Alvarez. I am going to be a superstar. I am going to get to rub elbows with the Leo DiCaprios and all them. And I am going to be a superstar. So don't sit here and tell me that boy don't really want this fight, dog. Because for real, he can be a bigger star than Canelo.
That's a fact.
Who spend the most money for real in fucking America? White people. When they got something, their shit go up. Come on, man.
Hey, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact, Batman. I mean, he will become a big star. He will become a big star, and the people that don't know him will know him, and he'll have a whole different fan base jump on his bandwagon. He will have a whole different fan base jump on his bandwagon, right? They not riding with him now because they don't know him and they really don't like, his swag and all that. But they gonna jump on his bandwagon, and that's just with any race. You know what I'm saying? If that's with any race, right? Now they'll have somebody that they like. Shit, he ours, and it's not being racist. It's just telling the truth. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, but Canelo, he has a history of doing this type of things. I mean, now it's like you want Dmitry Bivol to come to go down to 168 to fight you. So let me answer this call real quick. Hold on. Caller, what's happening with it? State your name and where you calling from. What's good with it? Marlo, the real Marlo TV. And y'all go, I'm going to put Marlo, I'm going to put his, hold on. I'm going to put Marlo, because I was actually finna shout you out in the chat too. I'm going to put Marlo up here right there on the screen. Y'all go type that in, write it down when the show over, right? And go sub to the real Marlo TV. Hey, if you want tears streaming from your eyes, this nigga right here is funny. And he know his boxing too. What's good with it, Marlo?
What's good, baby, man?
Marlo, what's up, baby?
Well, what you got on this, Marlo? Go ahead and cook. In Texas, I'm gonna read your super chat right after Marlo get off the phone.
So I had to call everything that man just said is straight facts, bro. That nigga Caleb Plant, if he whoop Canelo, bro, that nigga is gonna be the face of it. That nigga, they gonna put that nigga on. Cause he like, you know what I'm saying? Because he got the swag and everything, you know, he like do it off 8 Mile and shit, like Eminem and shit. Caleb Plant, man, was probably gonna beat the shit out of Canelo. But I call it 50-50 fight though. But Canelo ducked this shit, man. We gotta call it a duck because he went through all this shit, bro. Canelo already was the A-side before they even put any stipulations in the contract. He was already the A-side. It was already in his face. So he just pushed it farther and farther into his favor. Like, Canelo cheats so much in fucking boxing, bro. It's to the point where this nigga is just like, you ever just play Call of Duty or some shit, and you made all the fucking rules to the shit.
Right.
Your ass, like that was type of shit Canelo wants, bro. He's making all the rules, bro, and more rules on top of it. He already has the shit in his face. What else do the nigga want? That's why I say though. I think PBC, like, instead of trying to offer this nigga 40 million, 50 million, or whatever the fuck they offer Canelo, man, they need to worry about their own fucking top fighters. They want to give this nigga 3 fights. They give fucking Earl Smith a fucking contract. Like how Floyd got a contract with Showtime. Like, he the biggest nigga y'all got on Fox. So sign him. Sign some of the niggas y'all got. But y'all so fucking comfortable because they fighting on y'all shit already. And been fighting on y'all shit, so y'all feel like y'all ain't gotta offer them shit, but when it comes to a nigga like Canelo, man, come on, bro. Him and Eddie Hearn already had this shit planned out.
But look though, Marlo, they not doing million. See, if he get a dance partner, he might do $1 million. Earl and them not doing that yet.
Say it again.
He said if Canelo get the right dance partner, he could do 100 million. He said Earl and the other fighters on PBC ain't doing them type of numbers yet.
But when did Canelo ever do 100
Nah,
million?
I said $1 million.
How much? When was
$1 million pay-per-view. Oh, he said $1 million pay-per-view buys. He said $1 million pay-per-view buys. My bad.
When the last time Canelo did million pay-per-view?
Triple G.
Who?
Triple G.
And when was that?
2017, 18.
Bro, that shit was years ago, bro. And he did so fucking good on pay-per-view. Why the fuck did HBO shut the fuck down and go bankrupt?
He wasn't on HBO. Remember, he was with Golden Boy and PBC, and the Golden Boy was together at the time.
No, they weren't. PBC and Golden Boy was not together when they did that fight, bro. PBC and Golden Boy had stopped working with each other for years and years before they made that Triple G fight. He was with Golden Boy in the Zone when they did the
not the Triple G fight. They won.
He was with Golden Boy. He was with Golden Boy for the Triple G fight, right before the DAZN stuff.
Canelo was so he's supposed to save the network. Boy, if he he's supposed to save the whole fucking network, and they were supposed to build that shit on the back of him. But this nigga went bankrupt because he went who the fuck they said he was. He went over to Dazn in the Zone. What subscriptions they did because of Canelo? They gave him all that money and had to renege because he couldn't pull in the subscription. They thought he was gonna pull in. So the nigga ain't got no proof of what nigga saying he is. Cause I ain't seen shit. If he was so big on pay-per-view, you think Eddie Hearn and them don't want pay-per-view? They would have been had that nigga on pay-per-view. Them niggas envy pay-per-view. They fight with the deal. Eddie Hearn won't pay-per-view money. Canelo ain't. Only proof he did some shit was 75 or whatever he did in Dallas not too long ago. That's the only thing. But you gotta have in these days, bro. You gotta have the pay-per-view knowing in the fucking actors. You can't just have one or the other and then automatically you the face about the winner. Man, this nigga ain't did no pay-per-view in hell, bro. He's fighting on the fucking app, nigga. That shit didn't dwindle his star power. That shit didn't dwindle.
Yeah, man.
He was so busy, he wouldn't have bought subscriptions over there. Why the fuck they take back the contract they gave him, the so-called biggest contract that any fighter ever got?
Because he wasn't fighting nobody.
Because they couldn't get the big fight, because he wouldn't fight nobody. He wouldn't fight no big names to justify for the money that he was getting. So they snatched that shit back.
Canelo is the type of nigga that wants you to be. He wants you to come in at a fucking catch weight where you can't hydrate over 10 pounds. He wanted where he can take a little bit more Kubuta. He wanted where motherfucking if he catch COVID, nigga, you gotta wait. If he catch COVID, if you catch COVID, nigga, ain't no fight. Bro, how many stipulations does this nigga get? This nigga worse than Bill Diddy, bro. This nigga's worse than Bill Wayne. What type of shit is this?
This nigga crazy.
Canelo is the biggest fraud in boxing, bro.
Hey.
I can't get that nigga. He fought Kovalev. That shit was fake as fuck. That man, Kovalev threw the fight. Cause he was beating that big dog up, and he couldn't get it. He needed the paper, so he can't fight. I'm gonna make this example look good.
Hey, man, Marlo, man, Marlo was cooking, man. I appreciate you calling in, Marlo. Yes, sir. And y'all make sure y'all go sub to the Real Marlo TV. Man, Big Money, Texas, Toledo. He says, it's funny how Plant ducked Canelo 2 times already because of bad timing. Now, all of a sudden, it's a problem to wait if Canelo gets sick. Some not right. Salute to you, Big Money, Texas, Toledo, always coming through.
You say now, Plant ducked him. No, they wasn't trying to give Plant a fucking proper training camp.
Right. So, Big Money, that is not ducking. If a man want to give you 5 weeks notice, for a big fight, that's not ducking. He never ducked Canelo. He told Canelo, look, I know what type of fighter I am. I ain't no fucking Rudy Poot ass fighter that's gonna fucking jump up out of my seat, at a drop of a dime just because you telling me to. No. When I fight you, I know what type of fighter you are. I'm going to give you your respect and you got to give me mine. I want to have a full training camp. You can't expect no man you're not going to dictate my career. I don't care who you think you are. You're not going to dictate my career. If I'm going to be in a mega fight like that, I need a full training camp. Canelo, and that's what Caleb Plant said in the past. He said, no, I need a full training camp. I'm not going to fight him and I can't get no full training camp and study this man. Right? Why would I do that? He says, I know what caliber fighter I am. I'm a champion just like he is. Why would I do that? I'm not selling my belt. So no, what you saying, Big Money, I agree with a lot of shit you saying, but that's false. He never ducked Canelo. And you can't say that he ducked Canelo, right? You can't tell no man that another champion that, you got to get off the couch and fucking come and fight me just be, off a short notice because I'm Canelo Alvarez. That ain't how shit work. If, what I'm saying? If you want to, if you don't have the confidence in yourself and you just want money, yeah. That ain't money, Renee. And salute to you, Renee Box Young off in the building. Y'all go sub to my brother, Renee Box Young. That's Batman. That ain't money.
Yeah, what's up, Renee?
But like I said, Caleb Plant never ducked Canelo. Never. Not one time. You see what I'm saying?
I'm trying to tell you what they did, man. They thought he was just a white boy that wanted to fight black, man. And they went back and looked at them tapes, man. Eddie Reynoso looked at them tapes and say, man, this boy ain't fake, man.
But so check this out, man. So with all of that being said, Batman, right? And Renee Box Young, he dropped his link in the chat. So y'all click on that link and make sure that you sub to his channel. And we got 110 people in the building. Y'all need to get the likes up. Hit the like button. I appreciate if y'all will hit my like button. You know, I come in here every day and I do this for y'all. The least y'all can do is hit the like button. You know, hit the like button. Curtis Anderson, what's happening? Salute to you, Kurt.
Kurt, what's up, Kurt?
So, Batman, I went back, right? I went back and I studied, and salute to DP Rocket in that super chat, man. I appreciate you. Salute to you. I went back and I studied Dmitry Bivol, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was familiar with Dmitry Bivol. You know, I had seen Dmitry Bivol fight a lot, but you know, it was like Dmitry Bivol last fights, they really didn't stand out to me like that. So I said, you know what? Let me go back and watch Dmitry Bivol's last 3 fights. I said, I want to go study Dmitry Bivol last 3 fights because I said to myself, I said, damn, I heard Coach talking yesterday, and Coach was, you know, talking about Dmitry Bivol just like he was just, you know, a killer. Like he was gonna, you know, like he was gonna fuck Canelo up. So I said, let me study Dmitry Bivol so I can see, you know, maybe he can beat Canelo. Maybe this is damn, like, you know what I'm saying? If maybe this might be even a tougher fight for Canelo Alvarez than I think Caleb Plant is. I said, damn, let me go study Dmitry Bivol. So I went back and I watched Dmitry Bivol's last 3 fights. And as soon as I started watching Dmitry Bivol, it didn't take me too long to see that Dmitry Bivol has no chance in hell of beating Canelo Alvarez. None at all. Dmitry Bivol has no chance in hell at beating Canelo Alvarez. His last 3 fights I watched were, one was Joe Smith Jr., then he fought some dude named Leanin Castillo, right? Then he fought a domestic level fighter, Craig Richards. Craig Richards is the domestic level fighter, a UK fighter, right? All 3 of them fights. And what I saw in those fights is that Dmitry Bivol, right? He's a good fighter, but he's straight up and down. Ain't nothing special about Dmitry Bivol. He don't have no dangerous knockout power, right? What he does do is he let me say, he don't really assert himself in fights like that. You know what I'm saying? He don't assert himself a lot, but when he does assert himself, he got pretty fast hands. You know what I'm saying? I like his exchanges. You know, he has respectable power, but he don't have no devastating power. He has a cool jab, right? He has a cool jab, but he lacks defense. You know, he's not a horrible defensive fighter, but he lacks defense. He stands right in front of you. He has no lateral movement. He don't move his head at all. And he's very easy to get hit in the body. Like, his body is always there to be hit. And if you exchange with him, the only time he'll really exert himself if you really try to exchange with him. Now, when you exchange with him, he has fast hands, but he is there to get hit. What I saw from him, and I studied him, right? I studied what he does well. I studied what he can't do. And it's nothing that he can do to cause a major threat to Canelo Alvarez. He's a banger. He's not no banger. Like, he don't have knockout power like that. Let me read, because I'm like, damn, Dmitry Bivol, because I'm thinking like, damn, the way people talking, like, this motherfucker dangerous, right? So I'm going to give you his last fights. Isaac Chilemba. He went to unanimous decision with Isaac. So he started off. I'm gonna give you his last 6 fights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna give you his last 6 fights, right? He fought Sullivan Barrera, right? Sullivan Barrera at the time had already lost to Andre Ward. Sullivan Barrera, now he has 4 losses on his record. He already got stopped twice, right? Dmitry Bivol, he was able to stop Sullivan Barrera. He got a TKO, a referee stoppage, right? After that, he fought Isaac Chilemba. He went to distance with Isaac Chilemba and won that fight. He went to distance with John Pascal and won that fight. And we all know that John Pascal, unless he on steroids, he been washed up. I think that Joe Smith Jr. is a solid fighter. He went the distance with Joe Smith Jr. He's a solid fighter. Lenin Castillo, I saw him fight that dude, and I didn't even know who that dude was. He went the distance with that dude. Then he fought Craig Richards, a fighter that only had 16 fights, and he went the distance with Craig Richards. Where all of this, Dmitry Bivol is a monster, and he knocking everything out. I don't know where all that come from. Dmitry Bivol, he got respectable power, but he don't have devastating power like that. Now, Arthur Bitterbeed, he has the devastating power. Dmitry Bivol, he's not that big. He's not. He's 6 foot. You know, Caleb Plant is like 6'1", so you know it ain't like that. He's a huge light heavyweight. He's not huge. He don't never have a problem making the light heavyweight limit because he's not huge. But to me, he's like a poor man's. And I'm not saying this to shit on him, but to me, if you watch him fight, he's a poor man's Gennady Golovkin. He got an okay jab, but it's not as good as Gennady Golovkin's jab. I think that he got a little better defense than Gennady Golovkin because Golovkin don't have no defense. They foot movement, they about the same. You know, Gennady Golovkin is more, he's a lot more, he asserts himself a lot more. So Gennady Golovkin, he gonna press you a lot more than Bivol does. Bivol, he's just straight up and down fighter. It's nothing special about Bivol. And like I said, I'm saying this because I went and studied his last 3 fights. I studied Bivol. I'm not saying this to take away from Canelo if he fights Bivol or none of that shit. Like I said, and if anybody want to bet me on this fight, I already hit up Coach. He ain't responded yet because Coach was, you know, hyping up Bivol yesterday, saying that Bivol was going to beat the shit out of Canelo and this, and that. If they fight, I hope Coach put his money on the line because I want that bet. I want that bet. And I'm going to tell y'all, when these betting lines come out, if you think I'm talking crazy, when you see the betting lines come out, Canelo's going to be a big favorite in this fight. Bigger than he was for the Plant fight. He's going to be a bigger favorite because Bivol is nothing special about Bivol. The style that Bivol fights, he's going to be right in front of you. He don't have devastating power to hurt Canelo. He don't move. Like I said, he has cool hand speeds when he does exchange. But one thing I did see when Craig Richards pressed him, when Craig Richards pressed Bivol, he gave Bivol problems. And like I said, when he went to Bivol's body, Bivol was there open all day for body shots. And when he pressed him and when he used, when Craig Richards, a few times in that fight, he used the shoulder roll and he was catching and shooting Bivol. He was tagging Bivol. And if Craig Richards could have gave Bivol a much tougher fight if he had a press Bivol, because when Bivol was trying to fight on his back foot, he was looking bad. He does nothing at all to give Canelo Alvarez problems. And I'm letting you know that right now. Mark my word, save this shit, screenshot it, do whatever, screen record it, do whatever you got to do. If they make this fight, he's not going to be no type of problem for Canelo Alvarez. I'm going to let you cook on it, Batman.
Oh, yeah. I looked at Bivol all this morning, man. Look, man. He has no head movement. He catches with his gloves too much. He's not fast. He don't have hand speed, especially from outside. He punching combinations when he get close.
When he get close, exactly. That's what I mean. He don't assert himself a lot. But if you get close to him and you try to exchange, then he'll punch in combination. Yeah, everything else is a 1-2, straight up.
1-2, slow jab. He paused with his jab a lot. I mean, like, his jab is ugly to me. He's not going to hit Canelo with that jab. When Canelo is going to go in there and beat a boxer, that's all he's going to do. He's going to go in and beat a boxer because his jab, Canelo can slip that jab all day because it's slow and it's ugly. he just stands tall. He stands too tall. The only move he got, he'd dip in, but that's only against another tall fighter or somebody his height. Canelo 5'8", he can't do what he did against the black dude you was just talking about that was giving them problems through the fight. You heard him?
Yeah, Craig Richards.
He'll give you this little dip, try to test the body and come upstairs. But Canelo is 5'8"?
Yeah, Canelo 5'8".
He's not going to be able to do that. And his body stay open. You know, Canelo is a good body puncher. The straight right hand to the body is always open because the way he holds his hands. And he's squared off. He fights squared off. Like his shoulders real squared off. It's not turned to the side. So that's a bigger target for Canelo. Look, man, the reason I think he don't want to fight fucking Caleb Plant is when they looked at the tapes, he's a better boxer than everybody is trying to give him credit for. When every no-so of them looked at them tapes, he's a better boxer than everybody give him credit for. And they looked at that. He used his feet. He got fast hands. His hands are faster than Canelo's. His jab is faster than Canelo's. Come on, man. But this Dmitry Bivol, the only thing, he's the bigger man and he might be stronger than Canelo. That's it. That's all. Skill? No. He doesn't possess the skill to say he's going to dominate Canelo. I don't see it.
Expert genius, yeah. Golovkin's a much better boxer than Bivol. Much better. And Bivol, we can say that he's stronger than Canelo, but he don't really use it like that. He don't use his strength like that. He don't really try to press you against the ropes. He don't fight like that.
Yeah, but he's naturally the stronger, bigger man. But he's naturally stronger and bigger. That's all I'm saying. He has the natural stronger and bigger. He's going to be the natural stronger and bigger man in the ring. So if he can handle that Canelo power, then it might be easy. So you know what I'm saying?
Like Bivol, like I said, I studied it. Bivol, this gonna be a fairly easy fight for Canelo Alvarez to win. You know, like I said, like you said, Bivol, he don't get his head off the line. Most of his shit is a 1-2. You know, he only exchange with you when you in close with him. And I think that he does have now during his exchanges, right? During Bivol's exchanges, he do got quick hand speed when he exchanges. He don't got lightning hand speed. He's not as quick as Canelo, but he has respectable hand speed when he does exchange with you. But he only throws combination punches when he's on the inside in the range. So, man, he like I said, the stylistic matchup that this is, he's not going to give Canelo Alvarez no type of problems. This is the perfect stylistic matchup for Canelo. And y'all gonna see it when the betting lines come out, when the experts put the betting lines out. Now,
and they already trying to drain him. Yeah, that's Alex York. You right. They already trying to drain him. They trying to drain him already for you won't come in the ring that strong. So come on, man. This is a bullshit fight, man. I mean, I'm gonna say it, and whoever can disagree with me or talk that bullshit, y'all be talking to the chat, man. This is a bullshit fight, man, because you're already trying to bring him down to 168. He probably naturally 190. He probably walk around at 190. Come on, man.
I'm trying to figure out what Coach saw in Bivol.
I don't know what Coach saw him. I mean,
I don't know what Coach saw in Bivol. Like, I really had, because Coach was talking Bivol up so, like, you know what I'm saying? What was it, yesterday or the other day on the show? No, it was last night on Money Show. You know, he was talking Bivol up so much. I'm like, man, I gotta go. I might be missing something. I gotta go back and watch Bivol.
Man,
What is he talking about?
I mean, he's a regular fighter. I mean, he's doable. The one thing you can give him, he's doable.
Yeah, he's durable. He is very durable. My man, 817 Boxing B in the building. What's happening with him? My man D-Lo 44 Boxing says Bivol is a pretty solid boxer. Bivol is on tape saying it's suicide to stand square in front of Bitterbeef. So I expect him to show Canelo angles. He don't fight like that though. All the fights that I watch, he doesn't do that. He don't get his head off the line. He don't have no fast feet. He don't have angles. Like, see, with Canelo, you have to be, in order to give Canelo problems, right? You got to have fast feet. You got to be able to have angles, right? You got to have a good ring IQ, and you got to have fast hands. Caleb Plant got all of that. Everything I just named, Caleb Plant has. Then you'll have a chance, right? Then you'll have a chance of giving Canelo some problems. Caleb Plant got all that. Bivol, he don't have none of that. He don't fight like that. And Bivol, what gets me is he kind of he fights kind of off of his opponent. You know what I'm saying? If his opponent is lackluster and just doing enough to get by, that's how he gonna fight. He just gonna fight, good enough to beat you.
So he fight down to his competition.
Yeah, he fight down to his competition. You know what I'm saying? He fights down to his competition. Like when he was in there with Craig Richards, right? When Craig Richards was throwing the jab and for trying to fight him on the outside, Bivol was just doing enough to win the rounds, to beat him. When Craig Richards turned it up and he made Bivol fight, that's when Bivol, that's when he finally started throwing combinations and started pressing. But other than that, he don't assert himself like that. And like I said, he's just like Floyd said, it ain't no special effects to him. He's straight up and down. It's no special effects to Bivol. He's straight up and down. But if Canelo Alvarez tries to get Bivol to drop down to 168 pounds, I don't even want to see the fight.
He's a flat-footed fighter. He don't have no feet. He don't have no legs. Come on, man. Stop this shit, man. He's just going to be right there. And
drink more water. I don't care what weight class they fight at. If you want to bet on the fight, you name the price, and I'm willing and able to do it. Drink more water. I'm going to tell you once again, it don't matter to me what weight class they end up fighting at. If they make Bivol and Canelo Alvarez, you name the price, and I'm willing and able to do it.
Nah, that's what he's saying. He's saying that what do you say? Bivol was sweet.
No, he's saying that he got Bivol.
Oh, he got Bivol?
He says that he'll bet me if they have the fight at 175.
I mean, they not gonna have it at 175. Canelo try to get it at 168.
But if they do have it at 175, we could bet.
Man, Bivol already agreeing to go to 168 just to get the money. Stop this shit, man. He already agreeing, so y'all know where they gonna have this fight at, man.
And it's crazy, man, to he'll get these guys that just, ain't never had no big payday, right? And they'll just be like, shit, it's Canelo, fuck it. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose, but at least I'm gonna get paid. And he was expecting to be able to do that with Plant, but they don't do business like that at PBC.
Because 175 is lackluster. Come on, man. Ain't nobody up there. There's nobody up there to have a big fight with. So if Canelo come up there, they gotta grab that.
KO Boxing, nah, they ain't gonna make the Canelo and Plant fight. I'm telling y'all, to me, a lot of people saying he ducking. Like I said, to me, it's not about nobody ducking. To me, it's about that Canelo Alvarez, DAZN, and his whole team, they were never gonna do business with PBC unless the PBC fighter was gonna go over to DAZN and fight. They were never gonna go over to PBC and have Canelo fight nobody on that platform. And y'all gonna see it when it comes to Benavidez. Y'all gonna see it when it comes to Jamal Charlo and the rest of them.
And y'all giving this
nigga fight Canelo, it's not gonna be on PBC.
And y'all giving Canelo another pass, and he the one keeps saying he want to be fucking
free agent.
And
he's the one that's saying that he's a free agent.
And the only thing Caleb Plant asked for and y'all gave it to him was $10 million, dog. And Caleb Plant gave you everything you wanted. He agreed to every fucking thing you wanted. He only had one joint. Give me $10 million.
Now, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: Arthur Bitterbeef, right? Canelo's better than him all the way around, except for the one thing Arthur Bitterbeef has is he will press you. He's relentless, right? He's relentless. He gonna walk you down and try to press, and he has devastating power. So Arthur Bitterbeef, see, because me and Money was arguing about this shit on the phone because he like, no, you gonna give Canelo all the credit in the world because Canelo fighting another fucking monster. He gonna slay another one, all that shit, right? And talking about how dangerous Dmitry Bivol is, trying to hype him up, Dmitry Bivol is this and that, and he's dangerous. And if you go look at his resume, he's not dangerous. But the dangerous fighter, even though Canelo is a better fighter, Arthur Bitterbeef is dangerous because he could knock your ass out. So when you talk about a dangerous fighter, that's Arthur Bitterbeef. Dmitry Bivol is not dangerous at all. He's not dangerous. We know Canelo has a chin, and Dmitry Bivol, he don't have that devastating knockout power like Bivol does. Like Bitterbeef does. Like Bitterbeef does. Drink More Water says if Bivol wasn't a threat, Canelo would move up to 175 and take easy belt. It's as simple as that. We still might.
I mean, he's a threat because he's a bigger man.
Well,
but skill wise,
he's not a threat, bro.
He's not a threat.
To Drink More Water, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. They still might fight at 175. Now, with this 168 shit coming out, that might be a negotiation tactic that Canelo and them is using to see how far they can go.
And I bet you
they realize that.
I bet you they fight at 175 is going to be he can't go over 180.
But see, this is the thing, Batman. They realize that Dmitry Bivol, right? They're already seeing how far they could go with him, right? So they realize that if they throw 168 out there, he probably gonna take it anyway, just because he wants to get that bread. He don't really care. And that's the fucked up part about it. Picking on dudes that that will do anything, right, for the money. You know what I'm saying? Would do anything for the money, bro. You dig what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that I ain't feeling. That's the type of shit I'm not feeling, man. Now, Dmitry Bivol, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not even gonna say that, Batman, because I think they had this shit planned out already, bro. It's like I just listened to an Eddie Hearn interview, right? And they said that they had been already talking to Dmitry Bivol. So why was you talking to Dmitry Bivol behind the scenes already, right? If you had all intentions on becoming undisputed and fighting Caleb Plant. Some sound a little fishy to me, bro. Why you always have 1 and 2, 3 backup plans?
But you wanted to be undisputed. That's crazy.
Right. That don't make no sense to me. And hey, he got a history of this. He had a chance to become undisputed at 160. All he had is one more fight. He didn't take that. He had a chance to become undisputed at 154. All he needs to do is 2 fights. He didn't do that. So, man, like I said, Canelo to me is a great fighter, but I can't ride with all of that bullshit that him and his team be doing. You know what I'm saying? I can't ride with all that bullshit. And a question is now you got 6 or 7 weeks until they fight. From what I know, and Batman will know, because a lot of people like to speculate. Batman will know a lot more than we will, and if Batman don't know, Batman can make a phone call real easy and find out. Now, let's put this shit to an end right now. If you know, answer the question, Batman. If you're not too sure, if we could get back to you with this question, if you could call Gary Russell, I'm pretty sure Gary will let you know, right? If you could give him a call whenever you can call him, and then we can get back to this question, right? I want to put this shit to an end right now. With the WBC, with VADA testing, when do they start testing? Do they test once they have a fight date and the contract is signed, or do they already start testing before that? With the WBC.
Every time they test him, once he signed the contract.
So, and the reason I'm asking Batman is because his brother, Gary Russell Jr., has been the WBC champion for how long? 6 years?
Yeah, like 6, 7, almost 7 years.
Okay, Gary Russell Jr. has been the WBC champion for almost 7 years now, right? He's been enrolled in VADA because he is the WBC champion. Now, if you didn't hear me, I just asked Batman, I said, when do they start testing Gary Russell? Because he is enrolled in the clean boxing program with the WBC. I said, when does he start testing? Batman just said they don't start testing Gary Russell until he signs the contract. So the contract is signed, sealed, and delivered.
And then after that, it'd be random. They can come at any time.
Right. And then it'd be random after that, right? So now let me go back to this, because I was arguing with Money Brown on the phone today, because I said, well, they ain't even got to start testing. He got to arguing with me, talking, I don't want to hear that fucking shit. They've been tested. He enrolled them. He already enrolled. So I want to make this clear. Caleb Plant, listen to what I'm saying. Caleb Plant, one of the things he said in his statement, he said, we're wasting valuable time. Where he said we're wasting time where we could be getting drug tested and all of that. So Caleb Plant just told y'all they haven't started drug testing. So anybody that's coming in here, or anybody has said that, oh, Canelo Alvarez, he's enrolled, so he already been getting tested. Batman just let you know right now that his brother is the WBC champion, been the champ for 7 years, and they don't start drug testing until they have a contract signed, sealed, and delivered already. Caleb Plant already came out and told you they ain't getting drug tested yet. So if Caleb Plant's not getting drug tested, how the fuck would Canelo Alvarez be getting drug tested already if ain't no fucking contract been signed? Make it make sense to me. I just wanted to clear that shit out of the way, so people, because there's a lot of speculation coming saying that everybody want to say, oh, he's in WBC, stupid, he's been getting tested.
Nah, they don't get tested until they get a fight.
Or is it till they get a fight or till they have the contract signed?
Yeah, until they get a fight. I'm talking about when they got the contract, everything settled, everything, everybody signed, they bought everything, you know what I'm saying, on the dotted line, they start testing. And then after that, it's random. A motherfucker come back the next day.
Okay, bet. So if Mr. Lock 13 said, what does that have to do with the fight getting signed? I don't know what you're talking about. What you saying ain't making sense. I'm talking about it was a lot of people saying things when Caleb Plant said, we're wasting valuable time to where, drug testing can start and all that. And it was a lot of people that was coming out saying, oh, Canelo's with the WBC clean boxing program. He already been getting tested. So you're hearing it from a man that has a brother that's been the WBC champ for almost 7 years now, that they don't test they don't start the clean boxing program testing, right? They don't start testing the fighters until the fight is signed already. So Canelo's not getting tested. So that's for the people that want to know if Canelo's being tested yet. So we can put that shit to the end. Ain't no testing going on yet. Usually they like to start testing 12 weeks out from the fight. Am I wrong or am I right, Batman?
You say what?
I said usually they like to start testing 12 weeks out from the fight.
Yeah, once the contract been signed, they try to get the test done right then and there, and then they just come randomly throughout the training camp and come and test you.
Because I a lot of people saying, even Money was saying it. Me and him was going back and forth.
That's why Canelo got
they saying that, oh, this has nothing to do. I don't want you to bring that up. But I said, bro,
but listen,
what you mean it don't have nothing to do?
That's why Canelo got caught.
Everybody should be getting tested. That's a big factor.
That's why Canelo got caught. The time he got caught, because they had a rematch clause. So he had to be tested. They had to stay with the testing because it was a rematch clause. They already signed for 2 fights.
My man KG Alexander off in the building, and I'm not trying to insinuate that he owned nothing, but what I am insinuating is with a big fight of these magnitudes, testing should have already been taking place. KG says Canelo gonna beat the fuck out of Bivol like a heavy bag, in the gym, catch and shoot. He says Bivol wants the bag. He's not thinking twice. He getting watched at 168 through 175. Yeah, either 168 or 175. And I agree with you 150%. And salute to my brother KG Alexander off in the building. I agree with you 150%, KG. He just want that bag, bro. That's why he came out with the statement, was like, okay, I need to know if Canelo gonna fight me because if he want me to fight at 168, I need to start right now and know that I got to get down to 168. That don't sound like somebody that's like, nah, man, I'm on the same level as you. You gonna give me the same amount of time to prepare, and you got to fight me at 175 if you want. You know what I'm saying? If you really want that smoke, because you can't give me short notice and then have me go down to 168 at the same time.
So if they fight at 168, his belt ain't on the line.
Zenith 360 says Vada's site shows Canelo testing is inconsistent. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you would know that. I mean, I haven't checked, so I can't really speak on that.
Probably when he was fighting for the WBC for the last belt, when he fought, when he had the when they added the WBC to his last draw.
Oh shit. He says Canelo fought 3 times and Vada was only shows 1 testing registration this year. I don't know how that worked. How did that work, Batman? He says he fought 3 times and they only showed 1 test registration.
But he only fought twice for the WBC belt.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was against Billy Joe Saunders and what's his name? Callum Smith.
And so it's still no contract signed, so he still ain't being tested.
Right.
So that means, right, that if they sign a contract 5 weeks out, then they'll start 5 weeks out. Right. And that's not just for Canelo. So people don't get it twisted. When I was arguing with Money and everybody else about, yeah, this shit matters. Testing in boxing is a big factor. I'm not talking about Canelo. I'm talking about Canelo. I'm talking about Caleb Plant. I'm talking about Dmitry Bivol or whoever. I'm talking about whoever. Man. Any of them dudes can cheat just like Canelo can.
Dog, this shit is sport motherfuckers can die in, man.
Any of them.
There's no way that a motherfucker should take enhancing drugs, man. the do boxing, man, because you can really hurt somebody or kill somebody in the ring. And then what?
So when a motherfucker tell me that, why you bringing that up? That don't have nothing to do with nothing. Well, I'm bringing it up because that's something that Caleb Plant brought up, and he said it wasn't no testing yet. So yeah, it has a lot to do with everything if we're talking about boxing and how motherfuckers cheat in boxing. Period. So I don't even understand why all of a sudden now, when it's a fighter that you like, right? The fighter that you like, why are you bringing it up? It all of a sudden it shouldn't even be brought up in the conversation. Why the fuck it shouldn't be?
Because he'll cheat. I mean, he cheated before.
Why it shouldn't be? I mean, you know, I'm not saying that he on PEDs, but the fact is he got caught on PEDs before. It's not steroids. Clenbuterol is not steroids, but it's a PED.
I got caught on clenbuterol, not PEDs.
Clenbuterol is a PED.
Oh, it is?
It's under a PED because it's a performance enhancing because it enhances your breathing, right? And it helps you cut body fat and retain muscle. So I mean, it ain't no, to me, it's not a performance enhancing, but
it is.
It helps your breathing.
If it helps your breathing, it definitely is.
It does help your breathing. You know, that's a fact. So everybody is supposed to be getting tested. And when I said that, I wasn't singling Canelo out, but I'm talking about the whole situation. Like, if you fighting in, you know what I'm saying, 6-7 weeks, when does testing start? Because anybody you fight. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying about the situation, you know. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate, man. But a lot of people think that Bivol is a monster. Like I said, I hope y'all that think that Bivol have a chance of beating Canelo Alvarez. I'm open for any bets you want to take. And I was adamant. I was picking Plant to beat Canelo, but I kept it 100. I said, I'm not going to bet on that fight. I said, because to me, that's a 50-50 fight and it could go either way. This fight ain't no 50-50 fight to me. So I'm ready.
But like I said, he's the big
more water. He said, so testing for Wilder and Fury should be underway since they are already under contract. From what I know is that they like to start testing randomly at 12 weeks out from the fight. That's what I heard. I don't know. Batman, man, when do they like to start? Like,
next time, I'm going to ask my brother when they like to start testing.
Okay,
next time I'm going to have the answer for y'all.
So yeah, we'll get back with y'all with that because Batman, he gonna go ask Gary Russell when do they ideally like to start testing, how far out from a fight after everything is, you know, signed, sealed, and delivered. You know, we got how many weeks is that? October 9th is the fight with let me see. October 9th. Let me see. We almost in August. So yeah, you know, we'll find it out though, because people trying to act like all of a sudden now it's not a big issue. Yeah, it's a fucking big issue. It's certain performance enhancing drugs that you can use and you can get the full benefits and have it out of your system within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that's just like right now, Caleb Plant ain't under contract. He can be on whatever he want to be on until he signed the contract, because you know, the WBC paid for that.
No, and I don't want to make no issue about what happened in the past, but no, Canelo did not fail a test off season. Canelo failed the test in between the fight with Gennady Golovkin. They already had that fight signed, sealed, and delivered when he failed the test. That's why they was testing him. Am I right or am I wrong, Batman?
Yeah, that's why they was testing, because they had the fight going on. They had the rematch.
So it wasn't no off season. They ain't just pop up at the man fucking crib or wherever he was and he ain't had no fight signed and sealed. No. And they had to call the fight off. So you wrong. It wasn't off season. What's good with it? World Combat in the building. Y'all make sure that y'all go sub to my brother World Combat Sports.
Canelo the only one, Slim, and the wicked shit about it, right? David Benavidez lost his belt on the fucking scale and can't even come back and fight for his belt, but Canelo can get caught, get suspended, and come right back and fight for the championship. I mean, this boxing is fucking it just be wrecking my brain, dog.
Well, the thing is, Batman, is that, man, Canelo,
the money man, I know.
No, I don't know. The thing is, to me, is people gonna keep talking about and bringing up Benavidez. That fight is gonna be as difficult to make as this Caleb Plant fight, because they don't want. I'm trying to tell y'all, the main problem with everything is not Canelo not wanting to fight Caleb Plant. It don't have nothing to do with that.
But listen, though, Keith. Listen, to this, though, Keith. The champion, if a champion loses his belt off a scale, he should have the right for the or be no. I mean,
yeah, he should have a right to run it back. But so this is what I'm trying to say. This is all I'm saying is this don't have nothing to do with Canelo being scared of none of these dudes on the PBC side. It has everything to do with Canelo, his team, Eddie Hearn, and everybody that's with him. They don't want to do business with PBC unless a PBC fighter is going over there to where Canelo has all of the edge on the DAZN platform. So Canelo, it's gonna be the same way with Benavidez.
He need to just sign the contract with DAZN and be a DAZN fighter.
Basically, he pretty much is. He pretty much is.
But he's saying he's a free agent. He need to cut that shit out and just do a contract with DAZN.
I mean, he's saying he's a free agent, but everything that you've seen, what does it show you?
Scotty, what's up, Scotty?
He's saying he's a free agent, but everything that you've seen, what is it showing you?
It's showing me that he's bullshitting. It's showing me that Eddie Hearn is behind the scenes telling them what move to make.
Right. That's what it is. He can say he's a free agent all he wants, but the way he's moving, you can tell that ain't no free agent shit.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn can say what the fuck he want to say. I know he's behind the scenes telling Canelo to ask for dramatic shit. Just because he know what Al Heyman and them ain't going to fucking go for.
Everybody that he's fought is a DAZN fighter. They fight on that platform. Everybody that and then Bivol, that's a DAZN fighter. He fight on the DAZN platform, right?
Yeah.
Bitterbeef, he fight on the DAZN platform. Triple G, he fight on the DAZN platform. And then all the other fighters that he was fighting, except for fucking Yildirim, but he's a fucking nobody. That motherfucker don't hold much weight as I do. You know what I'm saying? Yildirim don't hold as much weight as I do. So everybody that he's fighting is on the DAZN platform. So that's
I want to know how Yildirim became the fucking mandatory.
He's like the free agent. He's not a free agent, dog. I mean, he can say that, but if I don't know, man, he's a free agent. Let's say this, okay? I'm gonna say this. He's a free agent, but he still chooses not to do no business with the PBC platform, and you could tell he wouldn't. All that shit that they offered him, he still didn't go over there on that platform and do pay-per-view on the PBC platform. But see, like I told y'all was screaming all that shit. I said, y'all ain't got to worry about the judges cheating Caleb Plant if he fight on the PBC platform. Now on DAZN, if Caleb Plant go over there and fight Canelo Alvarez on DAZN, you can forget about it. You can forget about it.
No, unless he beat the shit out of him. I mean,
it ain't no way. But Caleb Plant, like I said, Caleb Plant, I pick him to edge out a fight against Canelo. He's not going to beat the shit out of Canelo. So it ain't no way that Caleb Plant can win against Canelo on the DAZN platform. It ain't happening. And they know that.
But I'm saying, I don't know how it's going to happen. They got to get in the ring, you know what I'm saying, he might go in there and surprise Canelo, or Canelo might surprise him. But you know what I'm saying? Look, man. Caleb Plant was the one trying to do all it takes to get Canelo in the ring, dog.
My man Zenith 360 off in that super chat. What's happening with it? He says, I respect. He says, I respect Plant for standing up to Canelo and not letting him run over him like most champs. He says, Plant didn't let him short notice him. Plant put a stop to that diva shit. He says, let him go back to his the zone. Yeah, man, I agree with you, man. Plant was stood on his square. But see, he with Al Heyman. You fuck with an Al Heyman fighter, they know they business, bro. They know they business. They not finna let you big dog them. And everybody talking about, oh, Caleb Plant turned down 10 million. Had nothing to do with that. Caleb Plant was going to get paid whatever he was going to get paid because Al Heyman and his promotional team was coming out with the bag. So Caleb Plant couldn't deduct nothing because Al Heyman and his promotional team was the one that was paying Caleb Plant.
Yeah. Period. I mean, they was getting paid about it. He wanted 10 million. They gave Wisconsin 40. They gave Canelo 40. They gave Canelo all this money for his endorsements. They don't want none of his endorsement money. They gave him what else they give him? They gave him the front money to the gate and the fucking pay-per-view. Come on, dog.
So now let me say this once again, Ragman, right? Because I'm gonna make this make sense to you again, just in case. Right? Just in case you have a hard time understanding. Now, I told you, Caleb Plant, right? Let me break it down to you more simple, right? Caleb Plant wasn't getting paid by DAZN. DAZN never offered Caleb Plant no 10 million. Let's get that out of the way. DAZN offered Caleb Plant, I think it was what, 6 million, right? DAZN made a $6 million offer. PBC, they came in and they was going to pay Canelo Alvarez 40 plus mil up front, the biggest payday he's ever had, and they were going to pay Caleb Plant 10 mil or whatever. Al Heyman and PBC was paying Caleb Plant. So Caleb Plant didn't turn down shit. If you understand, if you're not slow, you should be able to understand. Caleb Plant never turned down a 10 million offer from DAZN because he never got offered $10 million from DAZN. What Caleb Plant was asking for, Caleb Plant was getting, but he was getting it from Al Heyman. So he didn't turn down shit. Canelo Alvarez turned down 40 plus million.
No, Canelo Alvarez turned down probably like $100 and something million for one fight.
And yeah, we keep talking about what Caleb said without hearing Canelo's side because Canelo ain't talked, right? And whose fault is that, Alejandro? Let me know whose fault that is. You said Canelo wanted this fight more than anybody. How? How you turn down Mexican sponsorship, 40 mil plus upfront, Mexican TV sponsorship, beer sponsorship. How you turn all that down, but you wanted to fight more than anybody? Come on, it doesn't even make sense. But
man, like Caleb said, once somebody come out and say some wild goofy shit, he got the paperwork, man.
Like, come on, bro.
Canelo ain't even trying. Canelo ain't even trying to give his fans no type of clarity of what's going on. Y'all sitting here making shit up for him.
So, like I said, man, I think that Canelo and Caleb Plant both wanted to fight, but at the end of the day, I don't think that Canelo team wanted him to fight on the PBC platform, and that's just what basically ended it. Because if Caleb Plant had been like, yeah, I'll fight on DAZN, we wouldn't have had none of these issues. They didn't want to fight on the PBC platform. But at the same time, they can't just come out in the public and say, yeah, we turned down 40 mil and everything else. They can't say that shit. But what they can do is they can make ridiculous demands that nobody's going to accept to get their way out of the fight because they don't want to fight on that network. They don't want to be on PBC. They don't want to do business with the PBC. That's just what it is. Unless it's on the DAZN platform. Canelo gonna make 40 million fight Triple G anyway. You gotta be a goddamn fool.
I don't know who want to see that shit again.
Don't nobody want to see that shit again. Nobody is gonna fucking pay to see Canelo and Triple G pay enough for him to get 40 million. Don't nobody care about Triple G fighting. Don't nobody care about that fight no more.
Don't nobody really care about Triple G for real no more.
You know. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. You got anything else you want to
man, look, man. Y'all let this guy get out of 160. Y'all about to let him get out of 168. He the one saying he want to do this and do that. And then when it's time to do it, he check out. Man, look, man. I mean, I know who the guy is, man. I mean, for me looking at the guy, my opinion on the guy, I know who the guy is, man. The man, I mean, he one of the most devious niggas I ever seen. My fault for calling him that, but he one of the most devious fighters I ever seen in my life, dog. He's the most devious fighter I ever seen in my life. Dog, you want everything, dog. Come on, dog. You just want everything to be in your favor. But you ain't had no dehydration clause against Floyd. Come on,
Coach,
man.
we ending the show, man. You missed a hell of a show, Coach. You missed a hell of a show, Coach. Coach, check your DM message. I messaged you.
Coach,
I got a proposition for you, Coach. Salute to Coach. Check your DM, Coach. Yeah, Wendell Jackson. Not Conor Ben got COVID, man, so we ain't gonna get to see him fight.
Well, man, like I said, I hope they revisit this after he fight whoever the fuck he gonna fight.
D-Lo 404 boxing. You right on. You right on. He said Canelo's a restricted free agent. That's exactly what he is. That's exactly what he is. He's a restricted free agent. And my man Zenith 360 off in that super chat, he says Canelo not fighting Plant on any network. It don't look like it right now because Plant ain't going over there to DAZN. And my man Zenith 360 back in that super chat, he says PBC has the two biggest fights in years. He says they don't need him. If he wants to duck his biggest payday, let him. He bankrupt his last two networks. Blessing in disguise for PBC. Let it be forgotten on DAZN. Hey man, he got a point though. He got a point. And I'm gonna tell y'all like, oh, it doesn't matter. Canelo's not gonna make what PBC was gonna pay Canelo. He's not gonna make that nowhere else. And if he was gonna make it, he would have been and made it because it wouldn't have been the highest payday of his career. This was gonna be the highest payday of his whole career. So if he was gonna make it, he would have already been made it in the past.
I mean, but listen to this though. PBC known for getting, they got the highest paid boxing and fucking boxing history. So right. If you so much a free agent, why wouldn't I do business with? And I got the same hype as Floyd. If I go to PBC, I probably can get this Floyd money. Come on, man. This shit don't even make sense.
Ishmael Tapia, yeah, I spoke about that earlier. He says, but one of the demands was if Caleb Plant got sick or couldn't fight on September the 18th because of an injury, Canelo gets a replacement and still gets 40 mil, right? But you got to say the rest of it. Canelo gets a replacement and still gets 40 mil, right? And that's what PBC did not agree to. Also, right? But if Canelo Alvarez got hurt or got sick, Caleb Plant couldn't take another fight in between. He had to wait till Canelo was ready to fight again.
So Tapia, if you was PBC, would you agree to that? No.
Not at all. And
then he probably wanted to pick his opponent.
Drink more water. Salute. He says, good show, Keon and Batman. Call Canelo what he is, a motherfucking duck. He said he a free agent, so he a free agent, and he choosing not to take everything he was asked for, right? So and salute to you again, Drink More. And I'm gonna say this, right, to what my man just said, right? When you when you got a contract, everything is agreed to, and then you come back with more demands, right? Like that sounds like to me that you're trying to put things in there that you know that they're not going to agree to, so you'll have an excuse to get out of the fight. In my opinion, is because they never were going to go and fight on the PBC platform. They never wanted to fight on the PBC platform, period.
I mean, Canelo might do. The shit benefits Canelo. It don't benefit. I don't know why
it doesn't benefit Eddie Hearn at all. And Eddie Hearn just said in the interview, he says, "Oh well, I stepped aside for this fight because I didn't want to make it no conflict and I didn't want to make it hard. But I am going to be promoting Canelo and managing Canelo from here on out. And maybe we could and then he said maybe we could come back to this fight and we could do it on DAZN later on. What the fuck does that tell y'all? What does that tell y'all? They want the fight on DAZN because it benefits Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn is the one that works with Canelo behind the scenes. That's his promoter.
Shit crazy, ain't it?
He just told y'all. What I'm telling you.
But
they want the fight on DAZN. They were never going to PBC to have this fight.
So he's not a free agent. If he come out and say, I promote
Canelo. So he's really, like my man D-Lo said, he's a restricted free agent. That's what it is. I don't know what people don't understand about this situation.
It ain't people, it's his fans, dog. It's the fans, dog. It's the fanatics, man. It's the fanatics.
What don't you understand about the situation? So they saying, oh well, it was Plant. No, I'm not gonna fucking. I agreed to everything that was in contract. You're not finna come at the end and throw some other bullshit. Now you don't want the fight. That's just like if I'm selling something, right? Say I got some. Let's just say I got some retro Jordans, right? Right. Let's just say I got some retro Jordans, right? And you tell me, hey, you like, man, Keith. Man, I want them shits bad, right? And deep down, I really don't want to sell them, right? And you say, man, I want them. And I throw out a price that I know they're not worth, and I know you ain't gonna pay for it, right? I say, shit, well, man, you got to give me $600 for these, bro. And you like, 600? They only worth $3. And I'm like, yeah, but man, nah, you got to give me 600 for these shoes, right? And you look and you say, fuck it, man. I'll give you 600, right? I'll give you 600. I'm gonna come grab them, right? And then you get ready to come, and I call you back, and I say, you know what, man? You know what? I was just thinking about it, man. I ain't willing to get rid of these shoes unless you give me, you know what I'm saying? You gotta give me $850. And you like $850, dog? Like, man, them fucking shoes worth $300, and you wanna charge me $850? And I'm like, yeah, right? And then you like, all right, man, I'll give you $850 for the shoes, man. I'll be pulled up at your crib. I'm gonna pick up the shoes, right? Then I call you back again, like, you know what, dog? Nah, you know what, man? I was thinking about the shoes, man. I looked at them and I looked at one site, man, and they going for like 1,000, dog. You got to give me 1,000. And you like 1,000, bro? How you go from? And you like, man, I give you 1,000, dog. Just have the fucking shoes ready, man. And then I call you back. You know what, dog? Man, you know what? Somebody just offered me 1,100, man. So I ain't gonna be able to sell them to you for that 1,000. I got somebody else offering me 1,100. What is that? What is that? What am I doing?
You stalling.
I'm bluffing, right? And you keep calling my bluff. At that point, I'm trying to get out of selling the shoes because I really don't want to sell the shoes. That's what Team Canelo was doing. They really didn't want to fight on PBC. So when PBC kept agreeing to shit, then, you know what I'm saying, they throwing shit, we agree to that. They throw more shit in the contract, we agree to that. Then at one point, it's like, okay, man, these motherfuckers, they keep coming with stipulations. Nah, I'm not agreeing to that. I'm not agreeing to that. So with the shoes, with the example I just made, at what point do you say, you know what, bro? I'm not paying $1,100 for them shoes because they're not worth that. I'm not agreeing to that. I ain't really going to sell them in the first place.
You was trying to get them pay more than 11. You talking about somebody else got 11.
Right. I didn't really want to say, and you hang up and you tell me, nah, I'm not paying that, right? I'm good anyway because I was bluffing anyway. I wasn't going to sell them to you in the first place. That's the same shit that they was doing. They was never going to fight on PBC in the first place. When Caleb Plant made it clear that he was not going to DAZN to fight for $6 million, and then they said, okay, well, he's a free agent. Let's see what y'all can work out for Canelo. Because if y'all can give Canelo a great deal, he'll go over there.
But
and they called his bluff. He was never going over there.
But look what his fans try to do, though, Keith. They try to say, oh, they ain't Canelo ain't agree because they try to give him a 3-fight deal again. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Right. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Al Heyman and said, look, man, fuck that. They don't want to fight. I'm not going to let one of my fighters sit on the shelf just in case you come up with a fucking injury or COVID or something, and he can't take no another fight, and then we gotta wait on you. Fuck that. And fuck anybody that think that he's supposed to do that. If you think that that Caleb Plant is supposed to have to sit on the shelf and wait for this man to get healthy and not take no fight in between, and if you think that Canelo is supposed to be able to take any fight in between, and they got to pay him the same amount that they was going to pay him to fight Caleb Plant, fuck you too, period. With that being said, you know, if you ain't no hater, hit my like button. You know, we coming on here and we cook every day for y'all.
Hit the like button.
No hater, you know what I'm saying? Hit my like button. I know most of y'all haters up in here, you know what I'm saying? Because you wanna hear some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't this channel to come through if you want to hear some bullshit. I'm a Canelo fan, but I'm going to keep it all the way down the middle when it comes to Canelo or anybody else. Anyway, y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. I appreciate everybody that came through. And we'll be back tomorrow, and we out. All right, Batman.
All right, Q.
Look to you.